Good. What's up, everybody? It's Chad, Powers BMX Shop, Powers BMX Museum. I'm here with one of my I don't know, legends, one of my idols from one of my favorite BMX videos ever, Building the Underground. Dude, that video lives with me.
No, yeah.
Every time I hear that soundtrack, I play your part, little Jeff's part in my head.
Yeah.
And dude, that's so good. But yeah, Paul Kintner, legend.
Nice to be here at Powers Bike Shop.
Yeah, Northwest legend. Never thought he would be over here.
Definitely mind blowing when I walked through this morning and kind of checked out some bikes, and the amount of history in this building's got to be mind blowing. So
Dude.
I went to the Rumble today, had a good time, talked to a bunch of people, but man, coming here today and seeing the history of BMX, it's mind blowing.
Dude, thank you. I guess usually I started with, do you remember your first photo in a magazine?
BMXer, American BMXer, yeah.
Okay.
Tuck and lean into the inside line, courtesy of Paul Kintner.
Yeah.
But that's, black and white print.
Yeah, that was like the ABA paper.
ABA papers.
What about a Plus or a Rye?
I'd say first stuff went into Snap.
Okay.
Yeah, so Snap and Keith Mulligan. We had some of these. I don't know how you would find it, but
well, they're right here.
I'm sure it was somewhere around 97, 98.
You would recognize the cover if you saw it?
Probably.
So this is 98, I believe.
One that's the whole year of it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's the one.
That's the one?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Richardson was my homie when I went down to San Diego. Me, him, and Steve Veltman were just a crew.
Yeah.
At Trails, but let's see. Don't know if it was race or jump, but I'm pretty sure it was jump. Could be wrong. That's the tricky part. You bring me back a few years behind here. Ellis, yep. And that Ellis one was the day that he was 3-in and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was there to witness all that.
Oh, man.
That was some serious stuff that he went down. I get to talk to him every once in a while, and it's pretty cool talking to Ellis.
He was at one of the grands I was at, and I never got to meet him.
He's a hard guy to kind of get to know.
Yeah.
And, but I think the Instagram's the best way.
I always feel weird messaging random, my idols or my BMX heroes on just Instagram, being like, "Hey man."
Oh my gosh, I could be wrong on this. Put me on the spot. That's starting to look like. There we go.
No way! It's a whole centerfold.
Yeah. It was a OG photo, base Brooklyn.
Up right a little bit.
Yeah. But they spelled my name wrong, of course. Most of the time they spell it wrong.
Yeah. And what jumps were these?
No footer, one-hander at Circle A Trails.
Okay.
This would be Chris Iman on the hill.
No way.
And some kind of paraphernalia, I don't know. But I think it's,
Definitely.
Awesome, yeah. But one of the first shots I had, and that day turned into a couple.
What were you riding?
Let's see, I'm on.
Do you remember?
Yeah. Oh, man. So this bike was called the Good Bike.
Okay.
So Trevor Niesel made it.
Wow. All right.
Brian, it was made by Trevor Niesel.
Okay.
And there was 3 of them made. And it was like a version of S&M's, I think, Holmes.
Yeah.
But made in Seattle. So
no way. Do you still have it?
I didn't. They got stolen.
No.
So everything good that I've had has been stolen.
Yeah.
So
Dang, that sucks.
it's tricky to keep things going.
Have you ever had a cover shot?
No, I haven't.
No.
Jeez.
I should have pulled this out before you were here.
You got one with an actual face on it, though? Because that was the trickiest part. Most people would steal the video out of the cases, and the video would be gone, but you would still have your case, Building Underground. So having the actual artwork on the front is the hardest part to
Yeah,
find.
I think mine's all black.
Yep.
Actually, it might be in my house.
Being watched.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, and it was cool to see that Trey Jones liked it as one of his favorite videos of all time the other day. Like, he posted some stuff and pretty much put a smile on our whole crew's face. So we might have something else in the works. Maybe a BTU too.
That's Shad was talking about that when he was here.
It's a lot of talk, and it's one guy that's being stubborn, but it's 20 years old.
Yeah.
So our video is out in 2005.
Yep.
And this video is sick. It's all trains, Aikens
Wow.
and Doyles and
Yeah.
Dane Searles, and basically all trains, everybody 45 minutes. And I've seen the video,
Dang.
but it's one of those things. It's building the underground.
Yeah.
And it's like, why would we want to put it out?
Dude,
like,
it's so iconic.
we're kind of stubborn about that, our stuff that we've done, and I guarantee you'd like this better than building underground.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I put it. Yeah, I put
You
a
put it
lot of
out
money.
there.
And if I got to get a ski mask to get that hard drive, and
Well,
that's what we do. So
whenever they come out, I'll buy a bunch for the shop.
Oh,
I don't care if I sell them or not, but I just want to support it.
Guarantee we'll sell
Yeah.
them, I swear.
So if you guys jump jumps ever, like, and you don't know what building the underground is, you should stop jumping jumps and go watch it.
it'll put a smile on your face.
Definitely.
Anything with good music and good riding.
Yeah.
I'm keen to watch. For sure.
What do you remember? Like your first bike?
Yeah, I'll show you right here.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah. Well, this is one of the bad boys that I had when I
No way,
turned.
like a Hutch Pro Raider?
It was, I think it was a Trickstar.
Oh,
I could
yeah.
be wrong, but it was similar to
Here's
this.
the Trickstar.
It was, like, my first bike, I was 7 years old, I think.
Yeah. Okay. The Trickstar had the
No,
platform.
it was more.
So then it was like the
yeah.
Pro Racer or Pro
Yeah,
Raider.
yeah,
Okay.
It was a race kind of ish
Um,
bike. I know there was another one around here somewhere.
Yeah. Here's another
It,
Pro
it
Raider.
was more like that one, though.
And then this was the frame jig that it was welded in.
Nice.
Yeah, which is
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Hutch. I heard they were building it again.
They're trying to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool, though. Yeah,
Um,
Hutch was one of them. I had, I think, one of these bad boys next.
Oh, like a Diamondback.
I had that Diamondback. And then I had. I got Titans over here.
Yeah.
We got those free agents that are bringing back stuff. It was really good.
Those limos were
The
awesome.
limo was
The limo was
amazing.
great.
Free agent pro. We were still young, riding,
Yeah.
just switching over from Titans that we were breaking. And, I don't know. SRPs was another thing that was big in Seattle. Somehow my dad got his hands on some stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some good history in watching and seeing all these bikes.
Yeah.
And then going through and trying to see whose bike was what. I was going through the jerseys trying to see whose
Yeah.
names were on
I got a
it.
bike. I don't know if you saw it or not, but you should recognize it.
Okay.
But what do you remember your first spot? Like, what was your first like sponsor?
So the first race I was on, I guess I got the Hutch when I was maybe 6, 7.
Yeah.
First like real bike, like just riding the ditch out front. But started racing at 9, and Bike Factory sponsored me right off
Okay.
the bat. So an old school, like I had leathers, I had a jersey.
Cool.
My first race in novice, I had full like gear.
No way.
And it was like I'm out 9 o'clock, 9
Yeah.
years old. Like let's do this. So,
Nice.
I think my sister as well got on the Bike Factory like
Okay.
2 weeks later. She saw that I was bringing trophies home, and
And she started racing then.
she was on Bike Factory
Yeah.
too. So
Oh,
we were
that's
traveling.
awesome.
That was it. You know, lots of traveling.
What about like your first sponsor for trails?
So racing switched over about 18. I turned pro and did all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we were riding Team Burien. Basically, we made our own team for Bike Shop, and I was kind of transitioning from like 18X, like number 4 or whatever, nag, to let's go pro. I'm not going into 19X. That's
Yeah.
too crazy. And it was like Team Burien kind of put me on that, but I was also starting to jump at the same time. So I was getting bikes from K2, and it kind of just switched over where my own city that I started the Team Burien, like it's like you got to go to K2, man. So
Yeah.
started riding K2, and that was kind of some of those
How cool.
downhill races.
Was that cool?
I was rad, man.
Yeah.
Scott Matchell was our guy. So
Yeah.
he was copying basically everything from S&M, and
Yeah.
it was just a way to like use some money to get places that we needed to go. And,
What was that bike? Was it called the Shovel Head?
we had a shovel, we had a rake, and then we had a shad rack, which was like a combined like aluminum. It was like the really thin tubing that
Yeah.
I kept breaking, but and then the biker frame
Okay.
that Chris had. So.
Yeah.
And then DMC and Parker had their own stuff,
Yeah.
but it was
I have a K2 frame hanging in the back. I think it's a DMC.
A
But
DMC.
yeah, I don't have like a shovel or nothing.
Yeah, those ones were a little trickier.
Yeah.
They were the next run out. Like, all right, we're picking up big riders and that kind of stuff. And it was cool to be on those teams. Like,
Yeah, dude,
you know,
that was
DMC
like
they had-
like the like height, like pinnacle of BMX.
Yeah,
I think.
and BMX was sick. And I was traveling, going to all the NBL races,
Yeah.
and just getting away from Seattle and moving to, you know, like finally starting to get into England and
Yeah.
like all these different places that biking took me. Like, it all came from racing and,
Yeah.
and these little bikes that, you know, don't take for granted ever.
Let me see if you recognize this bike. If you're cool.
That's a Josh Stricker shirt. I know that.
I have one of his Volkswagen jerseys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Check.
Yeah.
All right. This is gonna be heavy as hell. You're saying I'm gonna recognize this one?
Maybe.
I mean, is this Paul
was-
Buchanan?
It was in Building the Underground. It was Justin Edmonds.
This was Inman?
Yeah.
No way. I didn't even know he wrote a terrible one.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Came
saw
from
it.
Chad.
You said this is
Yep.
in Building Underground? I don't know if these facts are straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was with Justin every day.
Yeah.
So I don't remember it, but yeah, that's Justin's bike. I'll send him a pic right now.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That's crazy though. I met Justin and like he was in Salem and I was in Seattle. but
Okay.
I met Justin and Brendan Britton in Woodward East.
Really?
So they were just there like doing camps and
Yeah.
being counselors. But if that was anything, then he was riding this. But I don't think I've ever seen it. Bike,
Yeah.
man, so I'll send him a pic.
Okay,
you
yeah,
know?
definitely.
We'll see what he says.
So I don't know. These parts are. Chad said he thinks the bars were his, but like he kind of like put it back together.
Yeah, consider the
Um,
bars definitely would be an Inman kind of thing, but man, I don't really remember him riding 48s or anything like that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We can clarify that for you.
All right, all right.
Get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I know I see some of this Winkleman stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Colin.
drove up to Maine and he filled up my truck with stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He had a Colin Winkleman jersey.
Yeah.
So
nice. Bad boy, man.
I was like, I don't want to have UPS lose that. So I drove 10 hours to Maine and picked it all
Sure.
up. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's like 9 states away, but it's not that far.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever ride with Dusty?
I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's such a rad dude. He's doing like skydiving and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in my class. So
Okay.
I had to race him.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chad. You're the best.
Dude,
Sorry
that's
to
sick,
know.
right?
Thank
You know Chuck?
I'm
Chuck.
glad. Hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah, Chuck's the man.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Sorry, didn't mean to
You're
interrupt.
good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Later, brother.
Nice to meet you.
What's your favorite trail spot you've ever rode?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, the ones that are going to be closer to me are like the ones I built. But,
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be Salem probably top of the line.
Okay.
You just can't get those clips back anymore.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff Linwood that I built, and I mean, Posh and Caddy, obviously.
Yeah.
Posh.
How many times have you been out here to ride Posh, Caddy, Minesville?
It's just been like I do it in 10-year spans.
Okay.
And I rode Caddy last year, so just rolled out there and made it through.
Yeah.
And got on the line like I wanted to. Like
That's so
it's
sick.
not the same as 10 years before, but
Yeah.
you kind of remember the line and that kind of stuff, and it's just so iconic. It's still in your head. You know,
Yeah.
like my brain is full of jump lines and different transitions and ways to incorporate that into the way you make your own trails
Yeah.
too. So, or for some others, like maybe a riveter. Or, fiddle.
Yeah.
It's
So that's where
coming
you're
out.
down there working.
Yeah,
right
we're
now?
working in there in North Carolina and
Yeah.
trying to build some stuff out here, and
That's so sick.
it's cool. I mean, I like the weather, and I mean, it's nice out here. Like, it's very BMX friendly.
Yeah, I've never been to the Northwest, and I'd love to make it up there sometime.
Go in the summer.
Go in the summer. Yeah.
Go in the summer. Everyone loves it. And
Yeah.
everyone's smiley, and I get to see all the stuff.
That's so
Yeah,
rad.
it's pretty cool.
Dude, yeah, when you walked in earlier today, I was like, I knew who that is.
Yeah.
And I just like, and then I met you, and I was like, oh my God. Like,
kind of walked by, just had
Yeah.
to look around. Like, I knew who you were, and I've seen you at the NBL stuff.
yeah.
and back when you had a trailer and stuff like that too. So
That's sick,
it's good, you know.
dude.
It's been a long time, Powers Bike Shop. It's like 20 years. That's
Yeah.
amazing, you know.
Yeah, 21 years in August.
21
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Well, man, dude, thank you.
Yeah,
This was
appreciate
sick.
you for having
was
me.
sick,
yeah,
dude.
Rumble Richmond was
Dude,
amazing. Out
Thanks,
there.
Dangles.
Yep.